Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we'll be asking Tarot what your person's feelings are for you, their thoughts, what they're hiding or omitting, what their next actions are, and potential outcome for your situation and your connection. So we have two options to choose from. The first one is this angel. It says miracles happen. That's option one. And this is option two, another little angel. And it says love. So option one, option two, take your time, choose between the two options, and let's see which one works for you. Okay, all right, so let's do option one first. So option one, we'll start with Lenormand. What are your person's thoughts of you? What are their feelings for you? What are they hiding? And what are their next actions? Oof. I'm gonna take it. And then and then outcome. What is the potential outcome of the situation with you and this person? Potential outcome for pile one with their person. All right. So let's take a look. Outcome. Okay, can we get a clarifier for pile for one? For what they're feeling. What they're hiding or omitting. What are they hiding or omitting? Oof. Okay, I'm not going to take all of those. Let's try again. Alright, that one. Next actions. Oh my goodness, you guys. So many are filling out. And then outcome. Potential outcome. And I'm not taking reversals right now. So let's see. And last one. We'll do it as we go along. Okay. So what are their thoughts for you? So if this person is a man, they're thinking about their independence and they're thinking about themselves right now, to be honest. They're thinking about either their career, their life goals, or what's going on with them. They do see you in a very positive light. They do see you as a potential partner if you guys aren't already dating or, know of this, or if they're just a crush. They do see potential in you. But right now, in terms of, this kind of tells me, well, it could be a new connection or it could not be. It's possible, but I think at the forefront of their brain, they're thinking about themselves. If you are the masculine and you're a man and this person is a woman, they're thinking of you and they're thinking about their singledom and their single life as well and how you would fit into that. There's obviously also interest you are on their mind. Either way, you're on their mind and they're trying to figure out how to navigate this connection with you, what it means for them to be, in a connection with you, whatever that looks like, what that would mean for them. It does feel like for them, this connection has kind of been not exactly a chance encounter. It's kind of, I don't like to say necessarily destined to happen, right? But there is sort of this element of destiny and this coming together that happened just sort of out of the blue. Their luck has changed with you. It's almost like a lucky thing, a good thing that's happened, that you guys have been entered into your life. But there's also this sort of element of they're not fully in control of what happens with you guys next. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like you guys are not in full control of your situation. There's also some kind of outside element or some kind of outside force that's also affecting your connection here. In terms of emotionally, they do have feelings for you. it isn't just a crush. It isn't just getting to know you. If you guys are already in a relationship, I can see that there's a level of stability here, or even building a home. If you're still getting to know each other, the potential is here for something more sturdy, more stable, more long-lasting. With the temperance, there's also this this element, just like it is here, like on their mind, they're trying to figure out what it would mean to be in this connection with you, and even maybe pursuing the connection further and progressing it further, what that would look like for them. Not necessarily like, but and also how it would affect them, right? How it would affect them at work, how it would affect them on their daily life and their daily routine. If there's any sacrifices that need to be made to be with you, what would that look like? Here, and the feelings, it's very similar in the sense that they're trying to figure out how to kind of navigate the situation and what it would look like. The temperance card is about moderation. So think about like getting into a pool. You're not going to just dive in and go off on the deep end, right? You're going to kind of take your time. You're going to ease into it, like step by step. If it's nice and, you know, put your toes in, put your feet in. If it's comfortable, go up to your knees, go up to your ankle, you know, go up to your hips. And then if you realize it's too cold or too hot, you get out a little bit and then you try again. So it's this element of like sort of moderating how your lives would be together. This may have to do with logistics, like logistically, what would this look like, right? That's just kind of what they're thinking about. Emotionally, how do you kind of incorporate the two together? Whether this is something, again, taking, like if you're in a committed relationship and you're thinking about taking this to the next level, what does it look like to cohabitate, right? What does it look like to sort of link up your two lives together logistically? If this is more of a crush situation and you're trying to kind of start dating and taking it seriously, or starting to be, you know, monogamous and committed and you know, take each other, you know, date each other exclusively, what does that mean for you guys necessarily? Is it like you guys see each other on the weekends, or you guys see each other after work, and when do you guys have date night or stuff like that? So it's about moderation, but there are feelings here, and they do want to take you seriously. They want to kind of see where this goes. Let's see another clarifier for feelings and emotions. How does this person feel about pile one? Yeah, see, a lot of logistics. So I think this person is the kind of person, whether they're male or female or non-binary, whatever, whoever this person is, this person's energy is, it has to make sense in their brain in order for them to be able to move forward. It has to make sense logistically, like for them to be able to, you know, they have to be able to wrap their mind around it in order for it to work and for you guys to kind of grow and move forward. So this person is taking quite a bit of time in figuring out how this relationship, this next step would affect them, how it would affect you financially, physically, emotionally, all these things. And it's this person's kind of like a planner, right? They're kind of a planner. They like to have all the cards on the table. They like to know what's going on, so that they like to know and read all the fine print before they sign on the dotted line, if that makes sense. And so they're kind of pursuing you in that same light. This is a very sort of trustworthy type person. This is someone that could be brutally honest, or someone that's going to tell you how it is. And I actually really like this energy, the King of Swords energy. Because he can be very transparent, very honest with his feelings and with his intentions. And also just like in terms of prioritizing what his priorities are in life. If he's currently thinking about his career and what it's going to be like, I think he's going to be the type of person, or she is going to be the type of person, or they are going to be the type of person that are going to be honest with you about those things, about where the priorities lie, where you kind of fall into that as well. And so I think that this person is taking a very mature approach. This person is taking a very wise approach when it comes to you and your connection, and what that means for them, and what that could possibly look like for you as well. So let's get to see what they're hiding or omitting from, oh my goodness, from you. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that like flew out. It almost felt like it tried to attack me. Okay, so what they're hiding, what they're omitting. So this is a commitment. You know, it's possible they haven't talked to you about it yet. It's possible they haven't really made their intentions clear about where they see you guys going. It's possible they haven't really quite fully shared with you, but it feels like there's some sort of change here. You know, I got this recently, this feeling. So you let me show you the cards as well. So this is the ring in the Lenormand. Isn't this such a pretty card? It's so pretty. Don't you want to like wear it? I know I do. This is the Eight of Cups in tarot, and then you got the Chariot. So the ring in the Lenormand talks about commitments. It also talks about cycles. It can also mean contracts and things like that. And this is like walking away, obviously leaving something that you've been building up for, working towards, working hard for, and kind of walking away in a new direction because you've decided your priorities have changed, right? And you've decided to kind of change things. And this is moving forward with your full will, making things go your way. This is like the epitome of like really making something and manifesting something for yourself. This is complete will. Out of sheer will, this guy is like, you know, in charge of this chariot and making things move their way. We have both the black sphinx and the white sphinx here that want to go in opposite directions, and it is because of his sheer or her sheer power that they're moving forward in this direction. So if this is a work situation where this person, because it feels like to me this person prioritizes their work or their career in some way, it could be school, okay? This actually is probably more school than it is work, but their education or where they're going, they have a path to follow career-wise or financially, monetarily, educationally, academically, whatever. And this person tends to prioritize that quite a bit. It's possible that this person is considering putting you first and prioritizing you and prioritizing your connection together first. Because I think that while this person may have priorities and goals set specifically for their career, their education, all these things, I think they're learning that if they want to make a family together, or if they want to have a union with you, if they want to have a progressive, you know, positive, optimistic connection with you, there's a give and there's a take, right? And so there's a trade-off that needs to happen here. And so I think that they're realizing that in order for that to happen, they're going to need to move away from certain things. That could be financially, that could be career. It could also be, you know, other things. It depends on your situation, like friend groups, yada, yada, all these things, or even location. They might need to relocate to be closer to you if they really want to make things work with you. This is sort of going on in the background. This is something that they haven't shared with you. They might share it with you in the future. It's possible. They probably will, because this person is sitting in the King of Swords energy. So they will likely be truthful with you and kind of sort of bring this information to you when the time is right. But this is sort of what the energy is in terms of what they're hiding for now. Okay, so what their next steps are. We got the the Birds card in the Lenormand, the Moon card in Tarot, and the Three of Pentacles. That's right, I got more cards in this one. Let's see. I didn't get this one. So they're going to be talking to you. They're going to be communicating with you. If you guys are already in communication and, you know, talk frequently, this is a phone call. This is getting together to talk in person. This is a date, that sort of thing. This isn't necessarily like just text messaging or emails or, you know, DMs, whatever. This is not communication in writing. This is verbal communication, okay? So they're planning on talking to you about things, about some of the things that are hidden. It might be this logistical stuff and what they've kind of been going through, both emotionally, mentally, mentally, and kind of behind closed doors. But there might be some things that they might need to explain to you that maybe you don't already know. Nothing scary. This doesn't tell me anything scary. This doesn't tell me, oh my gosh, they're hiding this, that, or the other. Not at all. This is a very clean reading. In terms of the Three of Pentacles, this talks about recognition. This talks about teamwork. This talks about collaboration, working together. So I do think that they're going to be having conversations with you about where they want to move the relationship, what it looks like, you know, moving forward with you, what your part is, what their part is, and just kind of where they're at and what they're thinking, because they do want this connection to kind of move forward. I can see that. Okay. Yes. It's gonna require some sacrifices. It's gonna require some changes. It's gonna require some things that need to be sort of put down, right? There's burdens here that need to be kind of done away with. I think that you're both going to feel lighter after this conversation. I think that it's going to be a lot more clear. They're going to be a lot more, you're going to have a lot more clarity about where this relationship is and what it means, and where it's going. This is good. I feel like this person is a very honest person, very transparent, and they'll be sort of, this is a cool partnership where if you're looking for like someone that's going to be a very 50-50 person, where like, I don't like to say 50-50, but like you meet me halfway, right? Like, I put in my 100, you put in your 100, and we make this equitable partnership. This is a really good connection for that. This isn't someone that's going to be, looking at gender roles, and being very traditional about gender roles. This isn't someone that's going to be, expecting for you to take care of them. You know what I mean? Like, this is a very direct person, very honest and transparent about where they're at. And I think that they're looking for an equitable partnership that makes sense. Okay, so what is the potential outcome of this situation? You got the Child card. We have the Seven of Swords, the Empress, and let me get one more from this deck. So you have the Child card, the Seven of Swords, the Empress in the tarot deck. This one's a Lenormand one, and this is the Three of Cups. So it looks like you guys are going to be starting a new season of this relationship. It's going to be starting new. I feel like you're going to have a little bit of the honeymoon phase. It's going to be very bright, very fun. Once you have this conversation, you kind of are able to move forward. I think it'll bring clarity to both of you, to both you and this person, about what the expectations are for the relationship moving forward, what your guys' role is in terms of making that happen for you, and for each other. I think there's a lot of abundance and beautiful energy in this relationship. The Empress as an outcome for a relationship is a beautiful card about abundance, about making things grow, about fertility, about you guys have already sort of put down the seeds, and now it's about watering them, taking care of them, and moving it to the next level. The Seven of Swords energy is probably all of the hidden things that they haven't told you yet, right? Like the stuff that they're thinking about, that they're considering, this moon stuff that is going to come out, but it's all going to come out. They are going to be talking to you about it. I wouldn't worry about anything that this person is like sort of maliciously hiding. I think that there are things that there's information that you don't know about them. There's information that they don't know about you that you guys just kind of have to like talk about, right? Figure out, have these conversations, these honest conversations about what that means for you. Also, and it's not something, it doesn't need to be malicious. It doesn't feel in the least bit malicious, like a difficult conversation in terms of like, oh my gosh, the stuff that you don't know that you're going to find out. No, I don't get that from this reading at all. There's nothing that would tell me that from this reading. What I get is that there's a lot of unknowns that you guys still have to talk about and get to know each other. It's part of the getting to know each other process, right? And I think that it's going to be a time of celebration. Again, like this is the honeymoon phase. I get that from all three of these cards. I think there's going to be a lot more dates, a lot more fun times. It might also have to do with you guys incorporating your friend circles with each other, right? And so let's say you guys are in different groups, like you guys have different hobbies, you start introducing each other to each other's friends or each other's friend circles, or and maybe going out to happy hour with some work colleagues where you introduce each other officially as a couple, or whoever you are, or whatever it is. If this is more beginning status, then yes, this is going out on dates and talking and getting to know each other a little bit more and planning for the future. If this is more serious, like I said, introducing each other to each other's friends groups. If, for example, another example is if like one of you guys or both of you guys have children and you're looking at being a blended family, this is introducing each other to like maybe go on like a play date together, right? Where you really allow this person to be part of like that inner circle that has to do with your children as well. And introducing them to your children, right? Maybe that's the next step. And so this is a really good reading. I really like this reading. It's very promising. I think the one level of advice that I would say, and let me just pull an advice card. I don't have my oracle deck with me. I'll do that next time, but let's get one card for advice. Oof. Let's get one card for advice for pile 1. Okay, well, this isn't the nicest card, is it? Let's see. How do I do this? Oof. Sorry. All right, there we go. So you, of course, get this card for advice. Don't freak out. I already know what this means. There may have been things in your past that scare you when it comes to relationships. There might be something about this person that concerns, sorry, let me back up. Sorry, I don't mean to scare you guys. That's not what I meant to do or say. There might be something about being in a relationship or taking it to this next level or whatever level of sacrifice this connection requires right now, that's scaring you or concerning you or causing like a kind of stir, nervousness, maybe an anxiety, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Or do they like me? Do they not like me? Or do they want this? Do they not want this? Something, whatever that feeling is that brought you to this tarot reading today, for example, like you just want clarity or you're not getting that or you're not sure how they feel about you. Resist the temptation to go to that place because all is well. Okay, I am telling you from all of the cards that I got, all is well. They're going to be having these conversations. You guys are going to get to know each other better on a more emotional level. It's going to help grow your relationship. There's nothing to worry about here. This feeling, whatever bad feeling you get that causes you to that is a challenge for you in this connection, whether it is fear, anxiety, jealousy, over worrying, whatever that negative energy is, don't allow it to get in the way of this beautiful relationship and this connection, because this can blossom into something really beautiful. The connection can continue to grow into a very positive thing and can be very long lasting if you guys both try, but you both have to come at it from a very clear and transparent and honest place. So do not give in to this temptation of whatever that emotion is for you, because the devil is about the devil within ourselves, that dark place that we sometimes go to. Is it depression? Is it anxiety? Is it overworrying? Is it jealousy or envy? Whatever this is, try to make sure that you don't allow that to sort of taint this beautiful relationship and connection, because you have a very positive place that you can take this relationship to. Don't allow your self-limiting beliefs or your those negative emotions get in the way of this, because I see a lot of potential here. Okay, so in terms of advice, just don't get in your own way, basically, is the easiest way of saying it. Don't get in your own way, because that's the only thing that could potentially taint something like this. So take yourself out, remove yourself, be your own best friend, and root yourself, root for yourself in this, because this is a cool connection. Like, I think this person's like genuinely interested in you, and I think you can go places. So good luck. Okay. I hope you liked your reading. It was a good reading. It was a good outcome, guys. All right, let's check out pile number 2. We will go to pile number 2. Okay. All right, guys. So pile number 2, if you chose this adorable, beautiful little angel that says love on it, let's do your reading. So, what are my pile 2's person's thoughts? Thoughts of them. Their feelings, please. What are they feeling for pile 2? What are they hiding or omitting? Perfect. Almost landed in spot. What are their next actions towards pile 2? Beautiful. And potential outcome, please. There you go. So let's turn these around. All right, let's get a clarifier for their thoughts. Oh my goodness. That's too many, guys. I'm sorry. Wait, that's 2? No, I'll take them. I'll take them. And let's do, actually, let's do, we will do clarifiers for all these. Okay, reading. Whoa. Okay. And this one, the nextactions. Oh my goodness, I'll take that. And sorry, the outcome. All right, so let's turn these around. What are their thoughts of you? So for their thoughts of you, we got the Whip from the Lenormand, the Chariot, and the Tarot, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. And let's get one more from this deck. Sorry, guys. Six of Pentacles. So what's happened here? So this is a connection that you guys have already, this is not a, you know, this doesn't feel like to me like this is a new connection, okay? If this isn't like a crush situation, this is someone that you have taken the time to get to know a little bit. This is getting to know, you've gotten to know each other enough to where you could, I don't want to say hurt each other, but get on each other's bad side. So this relationship has gone past its like initial honeymoon stage, right? So you guys are not at crush level. You guys have gone past your honeymoon stage, and now you're in the get to know each other stage, or more, right? This could be a more established relationship, but at the very least, you guys have already, you know, kind of had your time in the honeymoon stage, and you're past that. So if you guys have a crush and this is brand new and you don't know if they like you, this is not your reading. This is more of an established relationship. There was some kind of conflict and some kind of issue here. It's possible that someone was aggressive in some way, either with their words or their actions. At the very least, unkind. They snapped back. They were, you know, maybe critical or mean in some way. You know, there was some kind of conflict here that was, I see arguments or fighting or something very just not cool. You know what I mean? I don't know how severe in terms of like, was it below the belt or not below the belt? It's toying with that line, if it makes sense, right? It certainly wasn't kind. It was something, it was a challenge to kind of get through. But this person is trying to make amends for what happened. There may have been, this gives me the feeling of, and this may or may not be true, but someone was potentially not carrying their weight in the relationship, okay? Or they weren't as giving as the other person. There was one person that was giving more than the other. That could be financially, that could be emotionally, that could be if you guys live together working, you know, doing the stuff around the house. That could be if you guys live at a distance, making more of an effort to see the other person. One person was calling more than the other. One person was putting in more of some kind of effort in some way. This person is thinking about how to approach you and how to make this work. They want to make this work. Okay. There was conflict here, obviously, but they want to make this work, and they want to get back into your good graces and they want to see the full potential of this relationship. But it's going to take time. It's possible that there was some hurt here where you guys are going to have to heal from it. But there's certainly this slow pace of moving things forward. It may have been a delicate situation in some way. But they certainly want it to be a reciprocated relationship. They want to be able to meet you where you're at. If this person, and you're on the other side of this, if this person is the one that's the hurt party, the one that they felt like they were not carrying their weight. I'm sorry, if they were carrying too much of the load and you weren't carrying enough of the relationship, they want it to be more reciprocal. And this is something that they're thinking about, like, can this relationship still be salvaged? Will this person be able to meet me halfway? And their answer overall in terms of making this work is a big loud yes. They want to make this work. They're just trying to figure out how. Okay, so their feelings. You got the bear. There's a big, beautiful polar bear here for the Lenormand. You got the King of Swords for feelings as well. Okay, told ya. Told ya. Is this person a jealous person? I get a sense of jealousy here, of overprotectiveness, of this sort of feeling of like you're mine, right? Like you're mine. The polar bear is an amazing creature. In the Lenormand, it usually talks about someone that's very possessive, someone that can be kind of controlling, someone that is jealous, jealousy. The other side, if that doesn't necessarily apply, with the King of Swords, it can also be someone that's very financially driven, money driven, career status, that sort of thing. Do they have feelings for you? They do have feelings for you, but this is the kind of person that actually keeps their feelings hidden. They have walls up. This person has walls up, and it takes a lot for someone to get to know them. They are not the kind of person that, like, you see, what you get is what you see is what you get, sort of thing. This person is guarded, okay? If they have a lot of acquaintances, they have a small group of friends, and even a smaller group of, like, close ones. Do they have feelings for you? Yes, they do. They want to come in and reconcile and make things right. Whether it was a fight or a break up or a break, whatever this is, they do have emotions to give to you, but I feel like their head gets in the way. They're still guarded. They're still emotionally guarded from you. I want to get one more here. Why is this person guarded? Yeah. There's some trauma here in the past. They may have been divorced, they may be divorced, or they might have been engaged and called it off. They were in at least one very serious relationship, and that went to hell somehow. And so now this person has a wall up and a guard up. They might not even know about it. They might not realize it. They might be sitting here thinking, no, look, I want to make this work. Look, I have all these feelings for you. But what they're not realizing is that they've been so hurt in the past that now they're here. They're guarded. I don't think this person realizes how guarded they are. And if they don't realize it, they can't do anything about it. Let's see what they're hiding. Okay, hold on. Speaking of hiding, let's hide some of this card, huh? It's funny. Okay. What are they hiding? You got the Scythe for what they're hiding, omitting. The Lovers, and let's see. One more. No. One card, please. Poof. Okay, so for the what are they hiding, omitting, you got the Scythe, you got the Lovers, and you got the Tower. This is interesting to me because I wonder how long you guys have been together or how much you've invested in this relationship. Because it feels very emotionally charged, but covered up. I wonder if this is a relationship that you guys keep so much more under the surface than you're sharing. Pile 1 was very clear, concise, direct, very transparent person, relationship, connection. This is not. This is the opposite of that. This is basically the antithesis to pile 1, which is why I'm saying you're either pile 1 or pile 2, or maybe you're a different video altogether. But this is very clear energy, very dichotomous energy. There's so much being left unsaid. There's so much being covered up here. On their side for sure. I don't know about your side because we're not doing your side. In the private readings that I do, I usually do both sides, both what you're doing, what you're up to, and what the other person's doing, what they're up to, and then like where you guys sort of interact. But in the pick-a-card readings that I do, I just do the other person. And this is very clear to me that there's so much being repressed in this person. It's insane. There's so many feelings. They think you're the one. A part of them, a very, very core part of their inside tells them you're the one. With the Lovers, with the Six of Cups, with the King of Cups, with Cancer energy here represented in the Chariot, this person feels you're the one. But I don't think they've told you that. And I sure as hell don't think they've made you feel that way with all this stuff. They're being dumb. I hate to say it, but they're being dumb. Why do you do that? There's a lot of, and I don't know about this, right? I don't know how deep this goes, right? You might know a little bit about how they've been hurt in the past. This could be childhood traumas, attachments with their moms, mommy issues, daddy issues, whatever. And again, this doesn't need to be gender specific, right? This is an energy. The King of Cups, which I love, by the way. I love all of the court cards in their upright positions. It's when they are in the reversed that things can get really messy and ugly. I don't do, well, oh, this could be a really good person or a really bad person. No, they're in their upright. It's a good person, clearly. Like, you want to read reversals? That's a bad person. Like, let's go. Anyway, sorry, that's my little spiel. I love the King of Cups. King of Cups is, well, I love all the kings, but the King of Cups is someone that has emotional maturity, emotional acknowledgement. Like this is like my therapist, like my MFTs, right? Like my marriage family therapists. These are the guys that like talk about intimacy. They're the men that advocate for men and they're the husbands and wives, or the wives and the husbands to like really dig deep and like connect emotionally on an intimate level in order to be able to like make love and do all these things and like connect. This is that person. So there is this part of them inside of them. They do have wisdom, they do have emotional maturity. If they have been through trauma, they've probably been through therapy and they've resolved some of their stuff, but this tells me they haven't resolved all of it. There's so much going on here that basically what I'm getting is they feel like they've lost you. They've done enough damage to this relationship, or you both have, to where I think that they think that they're losing you, and they will be damned if they let you go. They do want to make this thing work, but they haven't even fully realized what they need to work on, because they're so busy trying to hide it and repress it and not allow themselves to go there. There's a place that they're not allowing themselves to go, which is why they can't meet you halfway. But they have to do the work. They have to do that in order for this relationship to progress. But they do think they're the one. And they think they've lost you. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's move on to their next actions, huh? Oh, look. Guys. Next actions, you have the bouquet for the Lenormand, the Ten of Cups. And one more card, please. Also, I remember now, when I was shuffling this, the Ten of Cups turned around, and there was also the Ten of Pentacles somewhere in there, so I'll have that in mind as I read for you. Hi again, you guys. What is this person? This person needs to like figure themselves out. Okay. So you get the bouquet, the 10 of Cups, and you have the 7 of Wands. So their next actions, they want to fix this. It doesn't necessarily tell me how they're going to be reaching out to you. They'll reach out. They will reach out and they will talk to you. They will contact you by whatever means necessary. If you guys, typically talk on an app or instant message or text message or calls or whatever, they might do that. They might do more. They might bring you flowers. Sometimes Lenormand can be very literal. They might bring you flowers to apologize. I actually hate getting flowers when like guys apologize because my God, like it just... No, just give me a plant and do it when like you've been nice to me. Like don't bring me flowers to apologize. Like, it's just so triggering. Anyway, they might give you this is also just like a gift, generally a gift. And it's also this feeling when more importantly, the bouquet is talking about a feeling that you get when you're given a gift. So when you are the recipient of a gift, what does that feel like? You feel loved, right? You feel important. You feel valued. You feel like, oh, this person took the time to make me this gift. Thank you. Like I feel appreciated and seen and like validated. My worth has been validated to some degree, right? So they want to make you feel that way. They want, the 10 of Cups with you. They do want everlasting love with you. And then you get this card. The 7 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. So this is resistance, obviously, but I feel like the 6 of Wands talks about victory, and it talks about attention, and it talks about, valor and coming back a victor, a success, it's a total success story. It talks about success. And the 7 is actually, if you see his shoes, they're different shoes. So this person is not on firm ground. Even though they accomplished so much in the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, they're actually defending what they already have, okay? So they don't want to let you go. They still feel like you're theirs, and they want to fight for the connection. They want to fight to make sure that to defend the relationship, to continue the relationship, because they think that there's a lot here. But in many ways, this person is also sort of fighting against a lot of this inner conflict that they're having, that they might, like I said earlier, they might still not know that or be aware that they're doing, that they have this sort of inner conflict. So let's see what the potential outcome is here. Let me get one more. Oh, don't freak out. It's a death card, by the way, but don't freak out. Don't freak out just yet. Let's get one more clarifier and see where we're at. What is the outcome? Potential outcome of pile 2. Huh. That's interesting. There you go. Okay. So, let's talk about it. Potential outcome. So, this is my signifier card. So, whether you're male or female or non-binary, whoever you are, this card I always take to mean you, the reader, the person that I'm reading for, okay? And then you have the death card, clarifying, and you have the grief card, what I call the grief card, which is the 5 of Cups. Yeah, listen, I don't know what this person did or said, but they effed up quite a bit, right? They were not transparent or clear with you. There's a lot of feelings that they've been hiding. There's a lot of sadness and grief here over the things that were lost. And both of these cards tell me, they both give me a silver lining. And I know they look super grim. Don't freak out, okay? They look super grim because I think that you guys have both been in a dark place for a minute. Whether it's been a long time, like you guys haven't talked for a few weeks or months, or it was just sudden and it's deep rooted, like sadness or grief, if that makes sense. Breakup energy, okay? Separation energy. The death card to me isn't always a rebirth of something that is already there. It is about a continuation and a new season for the seeds that were already planted and are already there. This is actually, to me, this is not about the relationship dying. This is not about the relationship ending, but this is about the past relationship that you guys had, about that dying, okay? To be rebirthed into something else. There is a lot of grief here. There were actions that were made that cannot be taken back. There were things that were said that cannot be taken back. And you're both going to have to work through that if you want to make this relationship work. That means dealing with it, working through it, going through it. If you need, if you're already an established couple and you're married and you're going through a separation, or there's just been so much of a difficult time that you've gone through, it might require some couples counseling, right? Because this is something that you guys both need to get over at a very, very fundamentally emotional level, at a very psychological level, okay? This isn't, this is a very big, I almost want, like, it's been a traumatic event or events, time, season, whatever, that you guys both need to overcome if you want to stay in this relationship. I think you're going to be deciding whether you come or go. I don't think this person has much say, because I think this person has already made their decision to continue the relationship. This person doesn't want to leave you. So for all intents and purposes, they're in the relationship. Now, are they going to give their 100%? I don't know. That's going to be up to you guys to decide, and that person to do the work and decide whether they're going to be all in or not. Their intention is to come in, but their intention might still be to come in the way that they came in before, if that makes sense. If they change and they come and they offer you something stable and tangible, something different, they're not going to do that. It doesn't feel like they've changed and they're coming back new. If you guys want to continue the relationship, it requires that you both change and that you both resolve this that happened between you guys. Now, it might feel like you guys are taking 2 steps back to take 1 step forward, or 3 steps back to take 1 step forward. But that is what is going to be required of this connection if you want to see it through. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be a little bit of a tough road ahead for a little while. That doesn't mean it's going to be forever. That doesn't mean it can't be done. And that doesn't mean that you can't make it work. If you guys are married or you guys are committed and you guys really want to make this work, by all means. This is not an impossible situation, but this requires that you both choose each other and that you both want to make it work, and that you're going to give 100% when you can. In the meantime, you guys have to heal what happened, talk about what happened, and kind of do the work that's required. Because in the death card to me isn't just about something dying. More importantly, the death card is about rebirth. It is about birthing something new from the ashes that were already there, from something different, from something that was already existing. So this is a continuation of the relationship. If you want to stay in this relationship, you will, but you will need to let this, whatever happened, die in order for you guys to have a clean slate moving forward. Otherwise, it's not going to work. If there are remnants of the past relationship, if there are still resentments that you have or unhealed hurt feelings from what happened, this is not going to work out moving forward. You guys both need to clean the slate, and that goes for both of you. And I know you can only control yourself, so you get to decide whether that's something and that's a road that you want to go down or you don't. But in the same vein, you need to make sure that this person is also meeting you where you need to be met. Because even if you do all the work, this person may not. Because so far they're not there yet. Could they be there? Maybe. Let's see. What is the potential for this person to figure it out? Their person, pile 2's person. Can this person get it together? What's the potential there? Will my pile 2's be met halfway by their partner? Yeah, it's possible, it's not easy. They're gonna need to fight their inner demons a lot. There's a lot in there. There's a lot. I know this is just the Three of Swords and like, oh, like we're so used to seeing it. No, no, no. This is anguish. This is anguish. This is deep hurt. And to someone that's as sensitive as they, I feel like this person's nature is actually very sensitive. But because because of this hurt and this pain, and this doesn't need to be one event or one person. They could have been backstabbed multiple times throughout their childhood, throughout their adulthood. But because they're such a sensitive person, they've personified into this person. No, you're not taking me down. I'm a fight. They're a fighter now. That's the person you see as the fighter. But their core is this. They're a very sensitive person. And it's sensitive people that get hurt the most, right? So, can this work? Yes, it can. Does this person want it to work? Yes, this person really wants it. But I don't think they know how. And I don't think that they've realized how much work they need to do within themselves to make this happen. That's not work that you can do. Again, maybe a marriage and, or family therapist, maybe couples counseling can help you guys. You're getting into the right, circles, friend circles, so that you guys have support groups. But this person has a lot of internal work to do. Again, I don't know your side of things. I can't see that. I only do that in private readings. So I can see the dynamics of like what's going on with you guys. But there's work that needs to be done in this relationship, but it can work. The Knight of Swords, I know he looks kind of scary, but the Knight of Swords is the guy that you want on your team and on your side when you're being, like when you're either a victim of something or when you're being like bullied, for lack of a better term. Whenever you're going through something, this is the guy that you want standing by your side. The Knight of Swords takes no prisoners, goes full force into things. This speaks to me of this energy. This person, whoever this person is the kind of person that is very resilient, but it's the other R word. Relentless. That's what I wanted to say. This person is relentless. And so when they want something, they will go to no ends to get that. They just need to figure out where they're wrong and the work that they need to do. But I think that they could do it. There's potential here. I wouldn't worry so much about that. I would focus on you and the healing that you need to do because, again, you've lost quite a bit here. Whether you've lost respect for this person or whether this person was disrespectful to you, whether this person hurt you emotionally or whatever it is that they did, you're still mourning what was lost. And listen, what was lost, you're going to need to grieve because it is in fact lost. And coming to grips with that is going to be difficult. But there is still a path forward, and you can decide whether you want this relationship to move forward or not, and whether you're looking to invest in it. It could have a future, like I said, but both you and this person would need to change. You guys both would need to transform and change from who you were into who you will be together. And listen, couples, especially the couples that have been together for decades, have this wonderful way of growing together, because we all grow, we all change throughout our lives, but it's about growing together and continuing to check in and align and make that path forward together. So you both change, and that relationship that you had, the dynamic will be significantly different moving forward. And it's almost like the relationship that you have moving forward is different than the relationship that you had. It's going to be a different dynamic and a different relationship. There's this woman, I think she's Austrian. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name now. She's on YouTube. I'll bring it up sometime soon. But she said something. She's a couples counselor, marriage family therapist, I think. But she's been doing it for decades, right? And she says, after a betrayal or after trust has been sort of broken in a relationship, you can decide whether you start a new relationship. You're going to start a new relationship no matter what, but you decide whether you do it with someone new or with the same person. And so that's this energy. You can decide to go your own way and build a relationship with someone else in the future, for sure, once you've gotten through this whole thing, what happened here, right? Or if you decide to work things out with this person, you can rebuild, well, actually not rebuild, but start anew with this person that you have here. but it will require that you transform. Both you and this person need to change in order to make this work. But the intentions are there. The potential is there. There's just some work that needs to be done. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I hope you like that reading, and I hope you guys, what is it? Follow, like, subscribe, whatever. Do all that stuff, all the good stuff. And if you need a personal reading, let me know. I hope you guys are well. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.